Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry it's been so long since I put a video up. I've been dealing with issues in my own life, but relationship issues, health problems, stuff like that. But I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know, yes, I'm still alive. Yes, I plan on doing videos once it's warm outside. It's currently about 20 degrees. A little cold for my taste, for being out and about. Um, a lot of my adventures will continue once it warms up a little bit. I am limited what I can do, of course, but I do what I can. It's very frustrating to be stuck inside, I'll be honest. Um, so, I just wanted to come on here and maybe give you some information that may help. Um, Stuff that I've figured out that helps me. As most of you know, I am disabled. I have a bad back, degenerative disc disease, sciatica, arthritis, and nerve damage, which severely limits my movement. But you know me, I try to force myself and keep moving. The best thing I can do right now is move. Um, I do my exercises that I've learned in physical therapy. I do my stretches and stuff like that every day. So that's just stuff that I do to keep myself somewhat mobile. I refuse, and yes, I refuse to give up. I will not become a person who just sits around and does nothing. My relationship keeps me fairly active. We have a lot of things we like to do together. Um, Unfortunately, she's got a job, so our time to go out and have fun is kind of limited for the weekends. We find stuff to do during the winter or maybe just snuggle time on the couch watching a movie. Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I haven't been posting videos lately. But here we go. Some of the things that I've found that help me are stretches. Um, a little bit of stretching every day. Movement is your friend when you're disabled. It may hurt a little bit to move around, but stretching those muscles does a lot of good. Other things I've adapted to my life is the use of grab rails or handrails in things such as my shower, uh, my steps coming up to my apartment, stuff like that. Um, I still use a cane, and on exceedingly bad days, which sometimes I'm too stubborn to admit, do have to use my walker. Um, But other than that, some other things. I have invested in an electric bike. I greatly enjoy bicycle riding, but a regular analog pedal bike, what most people consider a pedal bike, I could no longer do. My back was causing me way too many problems, causing excruciating pain, and I had to give it up. It was my physical therapist who recommended an e-bike. So I borrowed one for about a week and tried it out, fell in love. Um, and so I eventually went out and bought myself one. Um, I saved up quite a bit of money and I got a pretty good quality one with a step through frame so I don't have to kick my leg over all the time. And that's one thing I would suggest. If you're disabled, especially if you have a back or hip problems or stuff like that, to where you really can't get your leg up high, a step through frame on an e-bike, fantastic. Um, the e-bikes are designed to be strong. So even if it doesn't have that top bar, it's still a very, very strong bike, especially if you invest a little money into the quality. Um, my bike, I caught it on sale. It's an Adventon Adventure 3. I caught it on sale for about $2,000. They are usually run 26 to $2,800, give or take a little bit. I haven't checked the price recently, but it's consistently rated as one of the best e-bikes out there. Um, I can ride. that e-bike further now. Um, Usually my rides are limited to basic stuff. I'll ride into my local town, which is right around a mile away, and pick up something from the store or something, basic stuff like that. I'm not going out and doing Black Diamond trails or anything like that. I have tried a couple of easy level cycling trails. Went so-so. I enjoyed it that day, but I paid the price the following day. The bumps and all that are very hard on my back. Even though my bike does have a front shock, it is a hardtail. But I do have a suspension seat post, which is wonderful. That's another thing. Even if you can still ride an analog bike, invest in a suspension seat post. They're not that expensive. You can get a really good one for about $60 to $80. And trust me, it's worth every single penny of that price. Don't go with the cheap ones. Get something with a decent brand name, decent quality, and watch the weight restrictions, especially if you're a little heavier. I'm a little on the chunky side. Um, I'm right around 220 pounds, give or take a little bit. So I'm a little on the chunky side, and that's pushing the limit on a lot of your lower end seat posts. Look at something, especially if you're a little heavy, um, that can handle 300 pounds, 400 pounds, whatever the case may be with your weight. But get out there, exercise. Even if you can't ride a bike anymore, just simple exercise, things like walking. Do the best you can. Talk to your doctor about it. Again, I'm not a professional. So anything I recommend, please talk to your doctor first about it. Um, but most doctors will okay walking, stretching, stuff like that. Most doctors will approve of it, but please, please, please check with your doctor first. Um, another thing I've found is find something to do that interests you. Um, I've been picking up new skills here and there. Shooting videos is one of them. I've gotten better quality equipment now, and I'm able to do a decent video. I'm slowly learning the editing program. Uh, haven't got it down yet. I admit that. The program I use to shoot my videos is OBS, and the editing program that I'm trying to learn is Kden Live. I run a Linux system. Um, find something to do. I'm learning this program. It's going to help me in stimulating my brain. If you don't want to learn computer programming, find something that will stimulate your brain. I don't care if it's crossword, word search, Sudoku, drawing, artistic stuff, sketching, painting, whatever. Find something that constantly stimulates your brain, because 90% of the problems that those with disabilities have is they become complacent. They accept where they're at in life, where what you need to do is say, no, I may be at this point in my life, but I want to improve. I understand some of us cannot ever go back to work, me being one of them. Um, I will never work again. As far as hard jobs, I'm not, I was raised on a farm working hard. I've worked factories most of my life. Um, Labor jobs, I cannot do those anymore. And I do not have a college degree, so I don't qualify for most of the sit down jobs. Even at that point, I can only sit for a very limited amount of time. So, and then I got to get up, move around, stretch, whatever. I'm probably going to lose 15 minutes of every hour just trying to get my body to calm down enough to where I can work. And that's work preclusive. Um, so no job's going to hire me when I can only work half hour to 45 minutes of every hour. I understand that. So, um, some of you, like I said, you will never work again. And with that, that's fine. you can accept, okay, I can never work anymore, whether you're on SSDI disability, SSI, veterans disability, or some other form out there that you can maintain some income, um, and keep a roof over your head and food in your belly. Um, just don't become complacent, and that's the biggest thing I believe. Um, Stimulating your brain, like I said, crosswords, Sudoku, word search, learning something on a computer, taking up, light gardening or putting a couple plants in your house. That's fine. Something to kind of keep your mind moving. Because if you become complacent, excuse me for a second, and just accept where you're at in life, and you think, okay, I can't improve, then it's a very, very fast downhill from there. Um, I know a few people on disability that have done that. They've just given up on life. Don't do that. Try to keep yourself social, with the limits of your disabilities or whatever the case may be. Talk to friends, maybe get out once in a while, go get a bite to eat at a restaurant or something. It doesn't have to be really expensive. You're not going to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or anything. Yeah, we all know that disability does not pay that well. Even if you go down to your local Tim Hortons for a cup of coffee and sit with friends, that also helps. It stimulates the brain. It keeps your social skills going. So with that, I mean, these are just a few things that I found out. Maybe you're into music. Pick yourself up a secondhand keyboard or something, and maybe learn how to play the piano. Um, you can pick up pretty decent. I mean, they're not studio quality, but decent keyboards off of, say, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, the Craigslist, whatever the case may be. Um, and just maybe learn how to play piano. Start with something simple. Mary Had a Little Lamb, or whatever the case may be. By learning, you're activating those neurons in your brain. You do not want those to just become dead. And if that happens, your health will soon follow if you don't. Especially if you have mental health problems. I personally have post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety issues, etc. And I'm not a very social person. I try to talk to people when I'm out and about because I know it helps my brain. Um, I have a few friends that I talk to and I visit once in a while. Um, and I enjoy that time when I get to visit them. But I also don't overdo it. I know what my limits are. You need to learn your limits. If it's only going out for coffee once a month with your best friend or your brother or sister or mother, whatever the case may be, that's fine. It's something. Reading books is another one. Um, find an author you like or a type of style of book you like and start reading. Um, Most of us have access to a local library. Um, and those that don't, if you go online and search for free books on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. I just use that as an example. You can use other sites as well. Um, you can usually find some books that people are giving away or a very low cost. I have found one on Facebook Marketplace where the lady sells books at 50 cents each. Um, it's a variety of books. She lists them, tells you the title and author and what category they fit in, whether it's science fiction or educational or etc. And for 50 cents, you can't beat it. And this particular lady, if you buy more than 10 books, she offers free shipping, which is fantastic considering books are very expensive to ship. But most of us have a local library. Go use that library. There are programs there, not just books. There's programs there for maybe learning computer skills or whatever, an art class you can get involved in. Maybe take up painting. I don't know. It's whatever suits your fancy. Um, I have, taken up a little bit of sketching. I'm terrible. I admit that. But guess what? It's what I do. I kind of draw what I see. Am I a pro? Nowhere near. But it stimulates my mind. I can look at an object and draw it. It may look like a kindergartner did it, but I did it. Um, I also, like I said, I'm learning a new computer program, and that is very stimulating to my mind. It's difficult at times, and I get frustrated, and I have to walk away. That's something you got to learn how to do is learn how to walk away. I am having a severely bad hair day today. I don't know what's going on. Bad hair day. Um, so just basically is keep physically active, keep mentally active. Some of the best things you can do. Um, your doctor's not going to tell you to read a book. You know, you know, they may tell you, okay, you can walk a little bit, but you may need to use a cane or a walker or something. You don't have to walk real far. Even if it's 20, 30 feet back and forth a couple times, great. It's exercise. It's getting blood to all those joints that need to have blood to them to stay active. Um, you know, maybe you can get into a really ultralight yoga program. Sometimes you can find those listed at your local library. Um, Look around. You may be able to find something you're interested in. Uh, but like I said, keep yourself active, even during this winter season, which I'll be honest, I wish I was down south and I could be outside, but it is what it is. Um, so I stay active. Like I said, I do my stretches and I walk around inside my apartment. I'm active with my partner, and she kind of keeps me on my toes. Although she feeds me way too much and I'm getting fat. Uh, that's certainly not anything to go complain about. Um, but yeah, we are still planning a vacation. It just didn't work out when we wanted it, but we are still planning a vacation to go see your parents. And, I got to meet them last year. Very nice people. We're going to go out and stay there for a week. Um, I'm not going to complain too much about getting to travel out to Southern California. Certainly not going to complain there. But as we uh, as we kind of go through things, you know, it is those people that give up on life that don't last long. Yeah, you're limited on what you can do. That's fine. I understand being limited. I am too. Um, but do what you can. Don't give up. Don't just say, fine, I'm disabled, I can't walk very well, I'm just gonna sit in my chair all day or lay in bed or whatever the case may be. Um, and just kind of, get moving. Your stretches don't have to be big yoga poses, or anything like that. I just do bend over a little bit, stretch my back out, some rotational stretches that I've learned in physical therapy. I do a little exercise with an exercise ball, and that helps tremendously. You may not think so, and it may not seem like much, but I actually, while I was sick one time, I didn't do any exercises for a week, and I'll be honest, after that week, I was starting to feel like doggy do. Um, and I started doing my exercises again. I could feel my energy level come back up. I could feel my brain kind of going again, saying, "Okay, you're back to normal," and just I got back into that routine again, and now I feel better. When I was sick, of course, you sleep a little more, but I was sleeping like 12 to 14 hours. That was my body trying to fight what I had. I honestly don't know what it was. I had some symptoms of COVID, but I got tested and that was negative, so it probably just a icky flu or something. Um, but now when I'm exercising a little bit, I do some light stretches throughout the day, and in the morning I kind of, do the old little bit of light back twisting, sitting on the edge of your bed, twist your back a little bit. Maybe you lift your legs up one at a time, kind of get the blood flowing again. And that actually prevents numbness in your legs also. If you have a problem with, if you sit too long, your legs get numb, get up, move around. It's probably going to solve the issue. But, overall, staying active, staying healthy, keeping your mind active, that's how you improve your life. I hope this spring, summer, I can become a little more active myself, being able to ride my bike a little more. Maybe exploring a couple of the light bike trails around here that I've discovered. They're all pretty much level, few minor hills, no biggie when you got an e-bike. Um, and you know, just get out a little more, be out in the fresh air. As most of you know, I love being outside, especially when it's warm outside. I've got a little table outside, so this spring I can go out, grab my coffee and go sit outside. Um, I've got my little squirrel buddies that are running around here, and I feed them and watch them, and they're entertaining. I get a good laugh on what some of them do, but uh, overall, I mean, yeah, it's wintertime. I'm stuck inside. So, but I am not allowing this to kill my exercise program, to slow me down. I got to keep my mind active, and which is one reason I shoot these videos. I wish everyone out there, as always, I wish everyone the best. Again, I have recommended a few activities in this video. And again, I will say it, and it may sound monotonous, but I will say it again. Consult your doctor before you do anything like this. Get your doctor's approval. I am not a doctor, have never been a doctor, and never will claim to be a doctor. Um, you know, that's why I always insist whether I'm recommending exercises or, reading or stuff like that, consult with your doctor. I mean, most doctors are going to say exercise, yeah, go for it. But if you have conditions that may limit it or cause risk or anything along that line, talk to your doctor. Let them know, hey, I want to do this exercise or that exercise, or go for a walk or whatever the case may be, and let them decide if you're okay to do it. Um, so as we progress, I'm not sure how many videos I will be putting out on this channel throughout the winter. I just wanted to put this one out and let everybody know, yes, I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. I'm just frozen. Anyway, I wish everyone the best. I put out positive energy for everyone out there that needs it. And, no matter what time of day it is, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, and you're watching this video, um, feel free to comment. I do read the comments. I enjoy the comments. Um, and, you know, if I see a comment that I would like to reply to, I'm going to. Or if you have a subject you put in the comments that you want to cover, I'll read it, check it out, and we'll discuss it. So, you know, I like having that interaction between us. It's kind of like my path of I want to touch on what you want to touch on and bring it to light so others can, you know, hear about it or talk about it themselves. It's it's very stimulating to me. I enjoy making these videos, and hopefully I can continue to make these videos. So we will go on and close this video out. Best of luck for everyone out there. Namaste, as always, from my heart. And I hope everyone has a good day out there. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to subscribe or like the video, yeah, it comes in handy. I'm not going to ask for it. I figure if you want to do it, you're going to do it. But anyway, best of luck.